All right, everybody, we back with another one. We back with another one. You know what I mean? Go ahead and give everybody a round of applause if you made it this far. You know what I mean? Get a round of applause to yourself. That's a good one. That's a real good one. All right, so hold it down. Hold it down. Uh, First things first. I'm Teddy Bear, and as you know, we have been doing men's mental health awareness, and I'm always honored to talk to somebody who I know for sure is not going to get up here and fake the funk with you. You know what I mean? This is a guy that I've known damn near my whole life, but I want you guys to understand his story and where he come from because just because we are the Hood Academy does not mean everybody grew up in a hood per se, but that does not mean they have not experienced certain things either. You know what I mean? And you know, it goes without saying that we are truly people of a each one teach one nation. So with that being said, I'm gonna let him take it away, Mr. Treeli. Tell him who you be, my guy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name Guy Williams. Social media go by Tree Law Man.
Okay, tree line man. Okay, okay. So first things first, give them a little backstory about you. I know that I grew up in Rayford. Tell them about your experiences, your life introduction, pretty much.
Um, Definitely grew up in Rayford. Uh, Met Tay at McLaughlin, J.W. McLaughlin Elementary School back in the day. Um, I mean, I had a pretty regular upbringing. I'm the oldest of was the oldest of three. Younger brother, younger sister. We all went to McLaughlin. Played sports, did a bunch of other stuff, band, did Boy Scouts, Young and Life, and sports, stuff like that mostly. Um, Now I'm out in Colorado, just kind of working, maintaining. I got my son with me. He's 7. So, just out here, doing it up right now.
Okay, bet. Well, I guess we just gonna jump into it like this, man. As a man, because you said you have a son. You said you grew up as the oldest. So, as a man, is it harder for you to give a no, or is it harder for you to take a no?
Uh, for me, I guess it's harder to give a no because I can't, taking a no, somebody else saying no, I don't really have no control over that. So for me, it's harder to say no. Like, if somebody asks me for something, if somebody come to me, if somebody needs something, whoever it may be, especially if it's somebody close for me, um, and I'm one of those person that'll bend over backwards for people that I love and people that I care about because I know that it's a reciprocal feeling. So for me, it's harder to give a no, to tell somebody no. Even though sometimes you gotta tell people no, it's necessary sometimes, but it's definitely hard to do. Versus taking a no. I mean, I don't really have no control over whether somebody else say no or not. It would be nice, especially when
That
it's
would
something.
be nice.
Yeah, especially when it's something that you really want. But I mean, I try not to. I can't say that I'm successful at it all the time, but I try not to worry about stuff that I can't control, stuff that I don't have immediate control over. So I mean, that's how I do that. But it is hard to say no to people, especially when you want to help people. But sometimes, like sometimes helping is also hindering in a way. You know,
Explain that.
um, sometimes, man, when people going through hard times, I know it might sound weird, it might sound cruel, but sometimes you gotta let people go through those hard times. Um, it is good to have people that you can depend on, but in the end, you don't really have nobody you can depend on except for yourself. So sometimes, like, you can't be a crutch. Um, I just put it like that. Like, you do want people to lean on you, but sometimes people got to go through those hard times on their own to learn those lessons, to build character, to build strength. You know, um, I think that's good for people's mental health too. Like sometimes you got to just go through stuff on your own. It is good to have people to talk to, but like I said, at the end of the day, um, you don't have nobody but yourself. So that's what I mean by sometimes when I say like when helping is hindering, like just for example, just a crazy example too. Somebody can't pay their light bill, but they feel like they can always call you for $40. It get to a point where instead of just paying the bill, they might have the money, but they know they could borrow $40 for you, so they might take that $40 and spend it on XYZ just because they know they can depend on you. But sometimes, like I'm saying, you want to help that person. You don't want nobody to be sitting over there with their lights off, but you can't always be the helping hand because you got lights you got to keep on. You got people that might be in that house with you, people that you immediately responsible for. Like, I mean, I know you got a kid, I got a kid, so that's what I mean. People you immediately responsible for. So it's like that's what I mean when I say sometimes helping can be hindering.
Okay. Okay, I respect that. I respect that. So since you said helping can be hindering, uh, do you feel that your mental state is a product of overcoming adversity, or is it a product of providing peace for the people around you who need you? And that's in any capacity. Like, which one you think contributes more to the foundation of your mental state?
I definitely feel like at the foundation of my mental state that I got to be strong for people that's around me. Okay. I definitely feel like I got to be people for strong for the people that's around me. Especially like with my son being here, I got to be a good role model for him. What was the first thing that you said before that? I'm sorry.
You're fine. Uh, do you feel that your mental state is a product of overcoming adversity?
Oh, okay. Adversity. Um, Man, I was thinking about this earlier, and not trying to make it seem like I never been through nothing in life because I definitely been through stuff in life, but I feel like it's the same stuff that everybody goes through in life, like um, figuring
Speak.
out how to be out on your own, heartbreaks, relationships not working out, stuff like that. Like when I think of adversity, like the stuff that I think about is just not really nothing that I feel like I don't know. I don't know. And I did look up the definition of adversity to try to help me get a better meaning of it. It says a state or instance of serious or continued difficulty or misfortune. And I don't know, man. I just couldn't really think of no real time like where it's like something's been, you know, just beating me down, beating me down, beating me down, beating me down. And I mean, I have been through tough times, but like I said, I feel like that's stuff that everybody deals with and just getting older. So I don't know, but I definitely feel like I try to keep my mental tight and my mental secure because it's people looking at me directly and indirectly because you never know who you might inspire. You never know who might look at you as an inspiration and never tell you, you know?
Yeah.
So that's another reason too, man. It's not strange, but it's like you never want to be one of them people that just kind of walk around in a sunken place, even if you do have stuff going on. And I'm one of them people where I don't mind talking about stuff, but I have certain people that I want to talk about real life issues with. It might not be a person out in the world. And I know like somebody like me, especially like with people that I work with, because I see these people every day, even if I only see them at work and we don't really have no personal connection outside of work. But if I see somebody at work and they looking down, like I'll ask them what's wrong. And that's kind of like a double-edged sword too, because you don't want somebody to start pouring their heart out to you in the middle of the break room and you know, you of course you're gonna listen, but what if it's something that you can't really help them with? You know, sometimes
Yes.
being a ear is good, but you know, but that's why I always try to keep my mental state secure because I know I got people that's watching me, and it might be people that's not watching me that's having a hard time, and I might be able to indirectly help them out of their slump or whatever it might be that they are dealing with.
Okay. Okay. So basically put, if I may ask, so respectful, of course. Basically put, you're the type of person, you're like, look, man, I understand you got problems. I understand they might be heavy on you. But before you just go around dumping your problems, why don't you find a specific place? Like, don't treat everybody like a dumpster. You can't just throw your trash on them.
That's
Find.
that's true. But I think also what it is, bro, is I don't really like to talk about the problem. I like to talk about the solution.
So you're a
Like
solution. It's
I
crazy
am,
that you say that.
cause what we gonna do to solve it? Okay, it's cool that this is happening, but what are we gonna
It's
do?
already here. It's already here. Let's talk
Yeah,
about getting up out of here.
yeah,
Like
exactly,
we understand shit already stink. Let's clean this shit up though. Yeah,
exactly.
I get it. I get it. I get
Or
it.
I mean, I mean, some people is into just letting shit stink. Some people is cool with that.
It's
You
a lot
know,
of it's a lot of
but
nose blind people.
have some kind of understanding, I guess.
It's a lot
But
of
that is
nose
true though.
people.
I'm a solution kind of person because it be that meme. It's a meme that goes around. I don't know exactly how it goes, but it's something like uh, women saying they don't like to have male best friends because male best friends don't let them vent about the problems. It's always about the solution. And that's kind of how I am too. Like I get okay, get that shit out. But after you get it out, what we gonna do to solve it? Because we got to find a way to move past it. I'm not also I'm not one of those people like I don't want to see people do the same thing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times.
That's lunacy.
Yeah, it's cool the first and second time, and I ain't saying it's cool like it's cool. I'm saying it's cool like I could tolerate it. I'll be there. But it's like after the third time, it's kind of like, bro. I mean, you just want to talk at me. I mean, if you just want to talk at me, just let me know. But don't be having me out here feeling like I'm providing some kind of input and it don't mean it.
What they call them? An asshole. An asshole. Not an asshole. It's an asshole. It's in you asking me what I think and what I should do just for me to be wasting my air. So an
Okay.
asshole is what you're talking about.
For sure.
Okay. Okay, most definitely. I hate an asshole too. Don't ask me if you're not going to take my words to heart. All right. So like we already established, we've known each other for a long time. And with us knowing each other for a long time, we've got to see, so in certain ways we got to see each other grow. Even if it was just from kids to high school, we got to see each other grow and whatnot. So and even up till now, just catching up with you, it really don't seem like that much time has passed. But I have to ask you, do you feel like you have been alive, or do you feel like you just been surviving ever since you've been on your own as a man?
Nah, bro. I feel alive because I feel like since I've been out as a man, I'll say like been out the house since like 18 when I went to college, basically. Like, I would come home on the weekends and stuff like that. But um, I feel alive, bro. I feel like even in certain areas where stuff haven't been successful or stuff haven't went my way, it was still a lesson. It's still a lesson to be learned. Um, so I definitely don't feel like I'm just surviving. And I try my best to not get in the habit of just going to work and coming home and paying bills and going back to work and coming home and paying bills. Like I try to
Okay.
at least like once a week either like treat myself to a good meal or go out, do something, just get out the house, try to, do something so I don't feel like I'm just surviving, like basically just stuck in that cycle. I mean, it would be nice if I didn't have to go to work and I could still do whatever, but unfortunately,
The
you
powers
know,
that be. Yeah.
your boys are, I'm a regular. I'm not a CEO of no Fortune 500 company or nothing like that at the moment. So, but I don't know, man. I really feel like if you feel like you just surviving, if you feel like you just out here working to get a paycheck to pay bills, like when you get your check, put $50 to the side. Pay everything you need to pay. Keep that $50 over there, out of sight, over there where it's at. And when you have some time to yourself during the week, if you got kids, when your kids at school and you got a day off work or whatever, go treat yourself to something nice. You know,
That's a pretty
go
good
go
perspective.
yeah, go do something good for yourself because doing those little things for yourself, man, it can impact you in ways that you wouldn't even, you know, know. And sometimes you just need like sometimes the stress release is not always like talking to get it out or whatever. Like sometimes you need to just be somewhere just like in a vibe, like, good food, good drinks if you drink, good smoke if you smoke, whatever you do, whatever your grown up habits are. And and just kick back and relax for a little bit, like
Do those
find your
grown up
escape.
things. Disclaimer: do those grown up things with discretion. Don't just go balls to the walls with it.
Don't
That's
yeah,
what he's telling you. That's
don't
what he's
go to the
telling
bar at noon and throw back 16 shots in 1942 just cause
you. Just
your
because.
off the bus at 3:17.
You know
Definitely
what I mean?
don't, definitely be responsible. But yeah, find some time to do something good for yourself, you know. Or I mean, like with me, not even with just me, like, cause my little one, of course, like I be having to remember that he's 7. We out here in Colorado. I got family out here, and one of my family members, she does have a small boy that's the same age as him, but we don't see them every day. So I have to get in the habit of finding something for him to do throughout the week, taking him out, whether it be like finding a little trampoline park or we do youth basketballs on Saturdays now. Just finding something because I know he'd be tired of just sitting in the house with me all the time. So like, if you got kids, find something for you and your kids to go out and do a good family activity. You know, just find some kind of way to escape reality for a little while because we all got to work, we all got to pay bills, but it's more to life than just working and paying bills, definitely.
All right. I couldn't have said it better myself. And let me just throw this out here, my G. Let me throw this out here. First things first, if nobody told you, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you
Because
too, bro.
and I'm not just saying it because oh well, yeah, I know you. I'm saying it because I know how hard it can be to raise a young man while still being a young man, but you got to act like you got to really take it on your head that there's another person watching me. There's another person that if I don't, they suffer. If you know what I mean, if it's a bad day for me, I can't show them. I want them to show me their bad days all day long. But when I have a bad day, I can't show them that side. When things get tough, I can't let that toughness. I can't let them feel that pressure. I got to take that pressure from me and them
Yeah,
because
man, it's a hard thing to navigate too because I don't really know how to you basically got to be Superman. Um,
but you got to be Clark Kent as well.
I was gonna say that same thing too though, but it's like yeah, but it's like everybody know your secret identity. It's like you got to be Superman, but everybody know you Superman.
Right.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it's
yeah,
it's definitely it's definitely like that, and it's hard trying to navigate it, man, because of course it's not no rule book. I mean, of course we all got somebody that we grew up looking up to, that we try to, I guess, model our pathway after, you know, but it is
Almost like
hard
they
though.
imprinted on us.
It is
Like
hard.
they,
And I don't really know, man, because to be honest with you, the only thing that I can say is just, you know, just keep your feet moving forward, really. Like, you on a path, and yeah, we all gonna mess up, we all gonna make mistakes, you know, because I feel like parenting in this age is a lot different. Um, like this, like Tay, how nice is, like I ain't gonna say it like our mamas was mean, like we just knew they wasn't gonna take no shit. And so like it's a different level of, I ain't gonna say fear, because it's like you gotta, you know, there's a thin line in today's society, but it's like when we was kids, we got beaten.
bruh, I'm gonna keep it
And
hot
it's
with you.
like I didn't never feel like I was gonna die, like my life was in danger. I
But I
felt
knew I
like,
fucked up. I knew I fucked up.
but that's the thing though, bro. It's like when you got a beating back in the day, it was like you knew you got caught doing something that you
Yeah,
shouldn't have did. It wasn't
right.
like, oh, I feel like my life is in danger. I feel like I'm about to die. I need to call CPS. It was like, damn, I shouldn't have got caught doing that. So it's like now it's kind of weird seeing that dynamic. But how nice is your mama to her grandchildren? Ain't that crazy? They don't even look at your mama or they grandma the way that we did when we were kids, and they get away with the same stuff. Grandkids today basically get away with murder. Anything that we couldn't do, if you had one of them grandmas, like I know growing up, I had one of them great grandmas that'd be like, the TV is on. What we watching today? We watching As the World Turns,
Yeah, or Days of Our Lives or the Love
Love
Boat.
or
Yeah,
whatever. That's what we
Matlock.
watch. When all that go off, maybe you could watch Arthur. And maybe you could watch Cyber Chase if it's still on.
Shout out to PBS, man.
Shout out to PBS, definitely shout out to PBS. But now they come in the house, they change the channel to whatever channel. TV be on YouTube. They don't even watch regular TV.
Bruh, they get to sit on the couch. That's what pisses me off. When I came in, I had to sit on the floor. I
They
wasn't
do
allowed to
get
sit on the
they
couch.
get to hang out in the living room. Hanging out in the living room was something we ain't never get to do. You right.
Bruh,
That's
you
the
have
headquarters now though.
that's the headquarters. Bruh, and it's the headquarters with the tablet. Like these niggas got
I guess.
tablets.
I mean, I guess now that people are getting older, they figure somebody should actually do some living in that room. That's
That's a
just
lot.
been in there. Like somebody should actually go in
That's
there, put some energy in that room that's just been sitting in there with nobody in there for the last 30 years. They
pristine
own
furniture. No ass
it.
marks. Nothing.
Vintage 1994 decor. Telling you, bro.
I'm trying to tell you.
At my
Because
grandma's house, she still got the big TV with the little TV on top of it. It's not a little TV no more though. It's a flat screen now.
but she still got the knob, the tick, tick, tick,
Still
tick.
got the big TV on. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. That big TV, that's a solid unit. That's the TV with the ass out in the back. And
And that ass heavy.
I don't know
That
who's gonna move that TV anyway. They probably had to get a crane in that motherfucker. Like, can't do it.
that ass heavy on them TVs. The Magnavox. That's what it was. It was a
Definitely,
Magnavox.
definitely.
You know, but uh shoot, man. Just sitting here thinking about it, I can't be mad. I can't be mad at the next generation for having it, I'm gonna say, somewhat easy, because they got to worry about a lot of things that we don't, but we're experiencing it along with them vicariously. And what I mean by that is, growing up, we only had to worry about the kids in our city. You know what I mean? The kids who went to our school. You know, if we wore some fucked up shoes or something, the kids at our school will roast us. We didn't have cell phones to where, you know, every day you wake up, somebody has somebody has every day you wake up, somebody has a picture of your sneakers on, online, and people who don't even know you are roasting you.
They
You know what I
definitely
mean?
got it. They definitely got it worse these days too, though, man. Because we are a part of a unique generation where we didn't have it, and then we did have it, and now we've been living with it for so long that it's just kind of normalized. Um, but I definitely would say that it's worse for them because when I was when we was in elementary school, yeah, I say we because we went to the same elementary school. When we was in elementary school, the only people we knew that was like rich and famous was the people that we saw on TV. Really, it wasn't no 9-year-old in our class that was a YouTube influencer that made videos about anything or had like so. You got that weird thing thrown in there too, though, where it's like, and I'm not hating on the YouTubers or content creators at all, but it's like that wasn't a real job when we was a kid. It's kind of like I guess when we was in kids, like if some people wanted to be like rappers or something like that, like maybe it was something that you didn't tell your parents because you didn't want your parents to be like, you can't do that. But like, imagine if you would have told them like, no, I'm gonna make videos of me just living my life regular and edit them and put music and sound bites to them, and people are gonna go on the internet and watch it, and it's gonna make me rich. They would look at you like, is
Bruh.
you crazy? So I definitely feel like they have the pressure is worse on them now because all this stuff is happening at such a young age, and it's like you give your kid a tablet. Of course, you want them to have a tablet, not just because um you don't want them to have a tablet just so they leave you alone. And it is some parents out there that's like they got their kid a tablet so they don't have to do real parenting. That does happen, but it's like once you give them a tablet, of course you got to monitor what they do, but it's so much out there, and it's like you got access to YouTube, bro. You got access to an abundance of knowledge about stuff that you should not know about. So it's like
it,
I don't know,
it
man.
so
It's a weird line between wanting to inform your kids of this stuff before they just come across it themselves. But it's like back in the day,
you
it was age milestones. Like you knew when you turned 13, somebody was gonna come have a talk with you about X, Y, and Z. But it's like now, when do you have that talk with your kids? And are you accidentally ruining their innocence by exposing to them something that you think you getting ahead of the ball, but it actually be something else. Like maybe they wasn't ready for that talk, and you had to talk with them because you don't never know when they gonna get click on the wrong video thinking it's a cartoon video, and it's something very explicit being said, maybe being done in cartoon form, or maybe being alluded to because kids these days are so smart, bro. Like they definitely putting two and two together. I mean, you be in the room watching something with your kids and something funny to you, and they laugh, and you be like, "Hold on, bro, what you laugh? What you laughing
hey,
at? What you know about that?"
why are we laughing at the same thing? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you should know what this
Yeah, yeah, you not supposed to. Yeah, so
means.
I don't know, bro. Be stuff like that, and then I mean, they just had the. I haven't watched it yet because I don't know where the fuck to find it at for one. The little documentary now about all the shows
HBO
that's
Max.
on. Oh yeah, I had to see somebody had to let me borrow their password. Somebody DM me. Whoever somebody see this with their HBO Max, DM me. Send me your HBO Max. We could trade. We could trade. I got Paramount Plus. I got a couple, we could trade. I got a couple, something. But it's like stuff like that. Like stuff that they was exposing us to, and we was laughing at it, thinking that it was a joke, not knowing like it's some sad, dark truth behind it. So I don't know. I definitely will say kids today have it harder, And parents today got it harder too because, like I said, back in the day, you knew at 13. Well, I know most boys had that talk around then. I can't speak for women. I don't have a daughter, so I have no idea. But I know, like, as a parent, when your kid turns 16, they probably gonna want their driver's license. So, you got stuff that you need to be preparing for. 18, they might go to college, they might not. You might have somebody that's there with you past 18, which is cool too. It is, but it's like now, it's not no written manual to this now because your kid can be sick and kids are gullible. And they had it when we was kids, but we just didn't have tablets where it'll be a website with a wholesome name and you go to it and it's just something that you just, I mean,
Smut. Smut. Let's call it what it is. Straight
yeah,
smut up there.
yeah, definitely, And I mean, as a kid, I don't know. When I saw stuff like that, I was never confused by it. I knew what I was kind of looking at, but some people might be confused by that, and some people might, I don't know. I feel like I had people gonna see this, but it don't matter. It's cool. I
Talk to
had
me.
I had older cousins, so I mean, I might have knew about some stuff before I was supposed to know about it. But I mean, I feel like when you got older cousins, that's just what happened. Like when you not grow up around older people, but you got older cousins, you got older brothers, you got older sisters. You might know about some stuff that you don't supposed to know about at a young age. I'm
Yeah.
doing something. I'll be finished in a minute. Go back in the house. So,
So,
so I mean, yeah, it's just not it's just weird. It's a fine line, and times have definitely changed, man. But I will say that shout out to you, black man, black dad, because the world do act like it's not a lot of us out there. So
man, hey,
definitely
we get a
shout out
bad
to
rap.
all the fathers, but shout out to all the black fathers out there also. That's I hate to say define the stereotype because at this point I feel like it's not even a stereotype no more. I see so many black men, even like shit. We came up in the public schools. Some of our friends didn't know their dads, and they got kids now, and they're amazing fathers. And shout out to all of those dudes that didn't have dads there per se. Maybe they had an uncle. Maybe it was an older cousin. Maybe it was a stepdad. Maybe it was somebody. I mean, maybe it was a role model. Maybe it was a role model that you didn't even know, but you had somebody to look up to, and you didn't repeat the process. So I mean, shout out to that also. I mean, shout out to all the black women too, because I hate for y'all to feel like I'm trying to discredit y'all in any way, shape, form, or fashion, because I'm not. Don't cancel me before I get my career started out here.
Hey man, everything we saying is coming from a place of love, G. It's coming from a place of
Exactly,
love,
exactly,
and it's got
exactly.
it's got to be taken like that. Like I really feel like as black dads, just black dads in general, you know, bro, we really got to put shame back on the map. We got to put shame back on the map. Like some people should really be ashamed of some of the shit that they doing, bro. Like,
They
and
should be, man, but it's hard though because for one, you never know what's real and what's fake because everybody trying to make money off. They trying to monetize everything. Everybody trying to monetize, and this is no diss to content creators or anybody like that, but you never know what's content creation and what's not these days. And some people get on the internet and be bad parents just for the shock value, just because they know if they get paid X amount of cents per share, that them doing some bullshit is gonna get them a million shares and they can get a check. And they don't even be like that in real life. So I mean, I would definitely like to shame people. We just gotta figure out the way to get away with it, man, because a lot of people like You try to shame people, they play the victim, and people end up on their side. I will say on
And
Father's Day, I definitely want to form a gang, a vigilante gang on Father's Day. If you got a deadbeat baby daddy, DM somebody in the squad near Father's Day. We're gonna do a raffle. We're gonna get somebody baby daddy that's a deadbeat. We're gonna catch them slipping in the Walmart parking lot and do them dirty one time for the one time.
This is a sick Negro.
Because it's not no reason for you to be out here not taking care. You know what I seen on Facebook?
talk to me.
People sharing the post about, I guess the dude won like $1,500 on FanDuel, and he behind on his child support, so they took all the money, which is what the fuck they supposed to do. It don't matter if you only put $1 there and turn the dollar into 1,500. You should have. Why? You don't even need to be sports betting.
You behind in child support, but you sports
I mean,
betting.
but they gonna find a way to garnish it. I mean, he ain't sports betting no more. If he is, he got a burner account or something. Because if he ain't current on his payments, when he hit, they hitting him. But yeah, man, I don't know, bro. It's not no reason. I mean, we grown. You knew what you was doing. I mean, I don't know how you didn't know what you was doing. Like,
I didn't. I didn't. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, bro, I had all the answers. I didn't know what I was doing, bro. Like, it really. I'm gonna tell you when it really hit me. It really hit me when just sitting up here, because if you're being transparent, I'm gonna be transparent. It hit me when me and my son was homeless. Me and my son had to sleep in a Walmart parking lot in my car for 3 days. This is some real shit. Not even holding. This is some real shit. And I had to wait. What I did was I would take my son to Walmart. We walk around Walmart. I would let him pick and look at toys and stuff and shit like that till he got tired. And then I would just drive around till he fell asleep. When he fell asleep, I would put the blanket over him, and then I park right there in the Walmart parking lot, and then we'll sleep. We'll sleep till about 5 o'clock. And then I would get up and park outside a apartment complex so that he can catch the bus. He never knew, what I mean? He never knew that we were homeless like that. He never knew that we slept in the parking lot. And it's not, and I'm not sharing this for, I'm not sharing this for content creation purposes.
no, I feel
I'm
you. I
saying,
feel you, bro.
I'm saying because, I believe in each one, teach one. That is one of the main things about the Hood Academy is we believe in each one, teach one. And I've been there where your son is watching your every move. I mean, your every move. When you're tired, he wants to lay down with you. When you're upset, he wants to throw stuff with you. And it's like, son, no, 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 no. Daddy's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? And learning that I had to believe those words more than anything is what hurt. Is what hurt. But it didn't hurt to where it killed me. It hurt. It made me uncomfortable. And I had to learn that as a dad, you got to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You got to
Definitely.
learn, as a dad, you got to learn that your first move should never be the very first move, should never be the move that you make. Because if you are a single father and you have a son out here, you don't want to teach your son, to do things wrong, but you do want to give him a chance to get things wrong, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it do.
So I had to learn that. I had to learn that early. Like I said, by the time my son was 3, I was 19. By the
No,
time my
I
son,
and I get that, bro. And shout out to you for being strong enough to make it through this situation. I think when I was saying like, you know what you're doing, it'd be like a little bit earlier before like in the midst of kids being creative.
oh
Like
yeah, in that case,
so
yeah.
that's what I meant. Like just
Oh
just
okay.
just for clarity, just to clear it up. But I definitely understand how you feel and what you mean, bro, because it's weird when because I feel like this whole the term that they use now is emotional intelligence. And I swear that it's just like fucking toxic and sassy. It's some shit I ain't never heard before 4 years ago. I mean, of course, I know what it is, understanding your feelings and being able to express your feelings in a weird way. But it's weird when you don't realize that, or when you realize that your emotional intelligence is low in the midst of, I guess, a heated situation. When you realize that you probably should just be quiet. You probably should be the mature person and just leave. But you gotta throw that last little jab in there before you go. You know, you gotta have the last word. And I mean, and I done been there, and it's hard for me even to this day because when somebody know how to push your buttons, it's no. I feel like when people know how to push your buttons, whatever they doing is gonna always piss you off. It's a matter of you being able to realize this person is gonna push my buttons when I see them. That's what they're gonna do. So I need to be prepared for them to do that, or expect for them to do that, because I feel like you really only hurt when you don't see something coming. If it's a motherfucker that slaps you in the face every time he see you, eventually, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, probably after the first time the motherfucker slap you, if he walk up on you again, you gonna have your shit up. You gonna be ready. Like, you're not just going through life, and you can't just go through life just letting some shit slap you in the face. Like, if you know that somebody gonna push your buttons, if you know that this person is not as they not maybe somebody not mature. Maybe you're a mature person dealing with an immature person. Maybe you're a person that has high emotional intelligence dealing with a person that has low emotional intelligence. You just gotta be aware of yourself in that moment. But I damn took the long way around to say it's hard when you pissed off and your kid looking at you, and you gotta be calm, but you don't want to be calm. But you gotta be calm because you don't want to upset them. And that's the real hard part about it, because I know this shit gonna sound stupid, but it'd be like sometimes you just want to be mad. I don't know, man. I could be petty sometimes.